Doing cardio before lifting weights isn't automatically wrong. If we're talking about a 5 or 10-minute warm-up just to get the blood flowing, no problem. That's smart. A light jog or dynamic movement primes your body for what's coming. But if you're cranking out 30, 45 minutes of steady-state cardio or even short sessions that push you to the limit before you pick up a single weight, that's where things go sideways. Lifting isn't something you cruise through. It takes focus, control, and serious power. You want to be fresh when you hit your main lifts, not already gassed from a long run or intense cycling session. You're not just moving weight, you're demanding your body deliver its peak performance. Now don't get me wrong, cardio absolutely has its place. It's great for heart health, endurance, and fat loss. But here's the thing, it's much easier to power through a cardio session after a lift than it is to grind through a heavy squat when your legs are already toasted from the stair climber. That's just the reality, whether we like it or not. So this isn't about skipping cardio, it's about placing it where it supports your goals instead of sabotaging them. If strength, muscle growth, or high-quality performance is what you're after, cardio should come after weights, or even better, on your off days. That way, you get every benefit without undercutting your progress in the gym. Let's break down exactly why this timing matters, starting with how doing cardio first can seriously sabotage your lifts. When you walk into the gym, you've only got so much gas in the tank, and how you choose to burn that fuel determines what you get out of your session. If you spend it on cardio right out of the gate, long runs, aggressive cycling, high-intensity intervals, you're cashing in your energy before the main event even begins. Now think about what lifting really demands. It's not just about movement, it's about tension, precision, and output. Whether you're hammering heavy compound lifts or pushing through high-volume work, your body needs raw strength, joint stability, and a sharp nervous system to perform. You want to feel locked in, not dulled down. And that's exactly what long cardio beforehand takes away. Fatigue doesn't always smack you in the face. It creeps in. Your legs feel just a little off. Your grip slips early. Your focus isn't dialed. Suddenly, your top set on squats is 20 pounds lighter, or your form breaks down halfway through a heavy pull. And it's not because you're weak, it's because you already gave your best effort to something that didn't need it. To make matters worse, intense cardio can drain your mental intensity too. You go from, I'm ready to lift, to, I'm already tired, let me just get through this. That mindset doesn't build strength. It just checks the box. So no, doing long or hard cardio before lifting isn't helping you. It's robbing you. It steals your best energy from the one part of your session that actually moves the needle. And once you're under that bar, you'll feel it. The difference won't be subtle. Now, let's flip the setup. What happens when you save cardio for after your lift? That's where everything starts clicking. You've already knocked out the hard stuff, nailed your big lifts, pushed your muscles to the edge, and now, cardio becomes a finisher, not a limiter. This setup lets your strength training shine. You walk into your session fresh, focused, and ready to give your best effort. You lift with quality, intensity, and purpose. Then, when it's done, you use cardio strategically to extend the burn, raise your heart rate, and ease into recovery mode without compromising performance. And here's what most people don't realize. Cardio after lifting actually supports your body. It boosts blood flow, improves nutrient delivery, and helps clear out metabolic waste. You're not just adding work, you're actively aiding recovery. As long as you're not going overboard, that post-lift cardio becomes a tool to heal faster, not a hurdle to overcome. From a fat loss perspective, the timing makes even more sense. Once you've lifted, your glycogen stores are partially depleted, making it more likely your body taps into fat stores during steady-state cardio. Plus, you've already built up metabolic momentum. Cardio afterward keeps the engine burning longer. So instead of letting cardio undercut your strength session, flip it. Use it as a follow-up that adds value, not a lead-in that takes it away. There's another option that's even better for many lifters. Save cardio for your rest days. And no, rest doesn't mean lying on the couch doing nothing. Active recovery is one of the most underused tools in serious training. This is where cardio fits in beautifully without interfering with your lifting at all. Low to moderate intensity cardio on non-lifting days keeps your body moving, improves circulation, and reduces soreness and stiffness from previous sessions. It also gives your joints a break from heavy loading, while keeping your daily movement high, which is a win across the board for fat loss, fitness, and overall recovery. What makes this setup especially effective is that there's no competition for energy or attention. On lifting days, you hit the weights hard and focus fully on strength. On rest days, you switch gears. Go for a walk, an incline treadmill session, a bike ride. Whatever keeps your heart rate up without crushing your body. No overlap, no interference, just smart division of training. It also keeps you mentally invested. Instead of taking full days off and breaking your rhythm, you stay in motion. You're still showing up, you're just shifting gears. That momentum matters more than most people think. It keeps you from losing consistency while your body gets a chance to recover. So instead of squeezing cardio into your lifting days and muddying the water, spread it out. Use it on rest days, where it complements your lifting instead of fighting it. That's how you train with intention and see results. To really grasp why the timing of cardio and lifting matters so much, we need to look under the hood at how your body uses energy. Because lifting and cardio don't pull from the same energy systems. And this is where things really start to matter if you want to improve performance. Lifting relies on quick, explosive energy systems. ATP, phosphocreatine, and stored glycogen. These give you the power to move heavy weight, grind out reps, and maintain intensity. But they don't last long. Once they're tapped, you don't just slow down. You drop off hard. Your strength fades, and you lose the drive to push. By the way, if you're getting value from this, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's keep making progress together. Cardio, especially. Steady state leans more on your aerobic system. Longer lasting energy, but lower intensity. That's why you can keep jogging or cycling even when you're tired. It demands less per second. But here's the issue. If you hit cardio first, your body still taps into glycogen anyway. And that's where the systems start overlapping and conflicting. So if you burn through your glycogen stores during cardio, what's left when it's time to lift? Not much. And again, it's not about weakness. It's about having already drained the energy systems that power great lifting. But when you flip it, weights first. Cardio second, you protect that quick burning fuel for what it's best used for. Intensity, performance, and progress. You get in, lift hard, stay sharp, and then let your body settle into the slower cardio systems afterward. You flow with your biology, not against it. This isn't a matter of preference, it's physiology. And once your training lines up with how your body actually operates, the results come faster and stick longer. But there's even more going on behind the scenes than just energy. The order you train in can also change your hormonal environment, and that plays a big role in how well your body builds, recovers, and adapts. When you lift heavy, your body fires off a cascade of powerful hormones: testosterone, growth hormone, IGF-1, all critical for building muscle and driving recovery. These are triggered by intensity, focus, and mechanical stress. But to get that surge, your nervous system needs to be sharp, and your body needs to be under the right kind of pressure. Now imagine walking into your lift with 45 minutes of cardio already behind you. Your cortisol, the stress hormone, is already elevated from endurance work. That's normal. But if that's where you start, you're showing up for your lift already in a catabolic, breakdown-focused state. That blunts your body's ability to switch gears and go anabolic. Even worse, cardio before lifting dulls your neural drive, reducing explosiveness, coordination, and concentration. All of that lowers the effectiveness of your training and makes it harder to trigger those hormonal surges in the first place. But if you lift first, everything's aligned. You hit the weights with a fresh nervous system, trigger those key hormones, and then move into cardio. At that point, the catabolic effect of cardio isn't as damaging, it's metabolic support, not a hormonal disruption. So no, it's not just about how tired you feel, it's about whether your body is in the right internal state to grow. And that state starts with lifting first. Still, let's not be dogmatic. While lifting before cardio is the best setup for most people, there are situations where doing cardio first actually makes sense, and it's smart to know when those apply. If your primary focus is endurance, cardiovascular health, or preparing for a specific event, then cardio takes priority. You're training for performance in that zone, and that means your best energy should go toward that goal. In this case, lifting becomes supportive, not central. Another exception: consistency. If cardio is the thing you always skip after lifting, and doing it first is the only way to make sure it happens, then fine, do it first. Something done consistently always beats something skipped. Just be mindful, if you're going that route, scale back lifting intensity accordingly. There's also a case for cardio first during deloads. When you're intentionally lowering volume or intensity, cardio at the front of the session won't interfere much, and it can even help warm your body up for lighter lifting. And finally, some people just enjoy a light jog or an easy bike ride before training. That's okay if it's short, low intensity, and doesn't leave you sweaty and gassed before your first set. In that case, it can even help mentally reset you before diving into serious work. So yes, the general rule holds lift first, then do cardio. But like everything in fitness, there's nuance. The key isn't being rigid, it's knowing what matters most to you and programming around that, not just doing what feels convenient. At the end of the day, it comes down to priorities. If building muscle, gaining strength, or squeezing every drop of quality out of your training is the goal, then cardio has to support that mission, not compete with it. That doesn't mean cardio isn't important. It is. But when you do it, matters just as much as how you do it.